song to honor the man whose mission's to help us to be what we can, to help us to shine in a cold and dark land.
Only through meditation. And he talks about one-pointedness. So when we're doing meditation, as we're going to do right away, what you're doing is reciting one single word. He kept saying buto, buto, buto. Gregory will explain a little bit more before we do it, but that is one word that you can use. But it's a concentration technique. We use one word, and as we do that, we focus our word on the word. We come to a place of one-pointedness. When we're in that place of one-pointedness, now we start to achieve mind power, and we're accumulating mind power. As we're accumulating mind power, he likens that to a really big bank account. So you'll hear the analogies about money all the time. And he says that as we're accumulating money or accumulating mind power, it's like becoming billionaires in mind power units, that we've become incredibly wealthy. So he's saying that we have so many people who don't know we're not well off, we don't have a whole lot of money, we don't know how to earn money at this point. We don't know what to do. But when we learn how to earn money, we can earn a lot. And then he's also saying that we can go out and even if we become a millionaire, which, haven't we all? Just a billionaire. He talks about billionaires and millionaires. It's just like, it's so awesome. And he talks about even if you had millions of dollars, you want to have the car, you have the car, you're still not happy. You want to have the house, we have the house, we're still not happy. So where's the lack in there? Well, that's coming in that place of meditation. So he's saying as we accumulate the mind power, we're building that well, we're getting that real bank account, that bank account of mind power, that's where the happy is. And that happy comes with us wherever we go, regardless of what we have, that's a part of our material gains. What else did he say? Did anybody have a question about it? No. So he's saying, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, each 30 minutes, an hour, each and every meditation that we have has merit to it. It has value. So don't be thinking that any little meditation that we do doesn't matter. You always have to meditate an hour. No, you don't. And today we're going to do a 5-minute meditation with y'all, and that in itself has merit, and it has an awful lot of benefit to it. And what else did he say? Yep, he definitely encourages you to study and to complete this course. And for you to come every day and you meditate. It's only 2 hours. It's only 2 hours. Come on now. 4 days a week. What else you got going on? Come on. No, I'm kidding. And if you study meditation every day, everyone will become very, very lucky. And like Emily said, it becomes that whole ripple effect out there. So would anybody else like to start accumulating their mind power bank account? Would you guys like to try this thing that we call meditation here and try this technique? Excellent. We're going to do a sitting meditation. Normally when you guys come back on Tuesday, you're going to be doing a really groovy meditation of the full hour. You will do a half an hour of walking meditation followed by 30 minutes of sitting meditation. And it's really definitely encourage you guys to come back and try the full meditation. It's a really great experience.
So the master teacher shares that there's a lot of different ways you can meditate. The minimum amount for sitting meditation is 5 minutes in one period of time for you to get benefit from it. And we'll go into the minimums and the maximums for a day. So it's like similar to eating a meal. There's a way to have a full meal in meditation, and there's a way to have a quick snack to help clear out your mind, okay, and get yourself in a more meditative state. Today we're just going to do a snack. You're going to get a little glimpse of what this is like, okay? Don't get too caught up in the overall results. I'll explain a little bit about that afterwards. So we're just going to focus on the sitting meditation, but the most optimum technique you could do for a day, for any session, is walking meditation, and then immediately prior to it or afterwards is sitting meditation. Those in combination, the master teacher has shared, is the best form of meditation, because the walking meditation helps you clear out thoughts and emotions and get focused and more concentrated. for you to have a more profound sitting meditation and enter deeper trance states. So we're going to start with sitting meditation. So this 5 minutes is excellent almost anywhere. Sitting meditation can be done anywhere. You could do it on the bus. You could do it, just make sure you're not driving the bus. You can do it in a car, in an airplane, as long as you're not the driver, okay? You can do it almost anywhere. Lampa even says, hey, you need a moment, go to the washroom and sit on the can for 5 minutes if you need to. What Lampa says, there's two factors that we start off with in meditation, and those two factors are the mind and the body. We need to get them to co-function in order to have a really successful meditation. The mind aspect is your silent recitation. This is the word that he shared in the video. Buto is the word that his master teacher shared with him. It's a Bali word. It means to purify and awaken your mind. If you recite it over and over again, that's what it means. You don't have to pick that word. That he recommends that just because that's his word that he was offered by his master teacher. But he also says you can pick any word. There is no one word that's necessarily better than another. The job of the word is to help you become more calm and tranquil. And this word is something that you're going to embed in your mind over time. So planting the seed, this is like planting a seed in your mind. It becomes embedded and your mind becomes empowered with this word over time. We start off with a mantra. We're not a breathing technique. We're not a visualization technique in the beginning. If you're more advanced meditator, then you can talk to us instructors later and we can decide what's best for you. But what the master says, even him at his age, he's so highly skilled at this meditation technique, he has to say the word every time. So he's going to recite his word when he starts his meditation technique, and even if he only has to say it once, he says Buto once. And if he is that clear in his mind, he is full focus, full concentration, 100%, he can just start his walking or sitting meditation without having to recite his word. For now, just recite your word. How's that? Because what we're going to do, chances are there's going to be a lot of thoughts that are going on in the background. You guys listen to music? Do you guys get caught up in one song until the point where it's stuck in your head and you can't get it out? And then you're annoying your family members or friends with your song that you can't get out of your head? Yeah, it's fun, but then it's enjoyable, and then it can become actually painful because you're like, I can't get this out. Well, same with the noise in your head. The noise can just keep going and going and going. We're not going to worry about what other things are going on in our minds, okay? That's not the job. The job is to just try your best, try to stay focused at your silent recitation. You're just going to keep reciting that, and every time your mind drifts away, oh, I need to get groceries. Oh, where did I park? Oh, what am I doing on next Tuesday? You're going to bring yourself back to your word. This is how we start to develop our mind power. We're developing our concentration to eventually develop tranquility in our mind and calmness, okay? Some recommendations we offer are like 1 or 2 syllables because it might be easier for you to keep reciting it. You might not want to pick something like money because then you might actually start visualizing money or how much debt you're in or whatever, right? The peace symbol too. Peace could work for you, but you might start visualizing things. Just some examples of where we're not trying to go in that direction. So the idea is you want to try to make it something that is easy for you to keep reciting that doesn't make you start thinking about other things. But eventually, we don't change that word, ever, because we're embedding that in our mind. And it will cause confusion if you start changing your word, okay? Now the location point. This is the body aspect. This is how you're going to connect your physical body with your mind. So we're going to recite our word, that's our mind, that's our mental aspect of the meditation. Then we're going to also focus on a point on our body. The master teacher says this is the one part that a lot of meditation centers miss out on, and it's important. The location point is where you're building your mind power. He says lots of people miss out on this, and it delays the progression of their mind. So the location point, as the master recommends, is your forehead, the tip of your nose, your heart, or your navel. He actually said from his experience, these are the best points you can pick on your body. If you're used to a breathing technique, for those of you that have meditated before, you might want to pick the tip of your nose because this technique does not start with breathing. Breathing is natural. It's just going to happen. Don't worry about your breath. You're focused on your location point. If it's here, let's just use this as an example. So we pick our forehead. If you were to touch your forehead and let go, you can feel that, right? For a period of time. It's going to go away. What's going to happen is over time, when you develop this practice, that point is you're going to develop a feeling inside, right in here. I have it on right now just to concentrate on what we're doing. As you develop skill, you will be able to use this at any point in time when you need to concentrate. But for now, you might not even notice it. It's going to take time to develop. Remember, planting the seed, letting it grow, it's going to take some time. Eventually, you should start to feel this point. Develop it inside that spot. And that's where your mind power is building. So for today, we're just going to trust that that point is getting developed, and we're going to try our best to focus at that spot, whichever one you want to pick, the forehead, the tip of the nose, the heart, or the navel, and you're going to focus there and recite your word there. Does that make sense? Have we all picked a word? Have we all picked a location point? Excellent. Okay, so that's your job for the next 5 minutes. We're going to do a chant first, and the chant, again, is to set your mind and to get you, tell your mind we're going to do this meditation. And it's also we're offering benefit to the rest of the world. We're saying all this merit that I'm earning or value that I'm earning from this meditation technique I want to give to others. We're creating a compassionate mind is what we're doing with this. So you can see how this ties directly to world peace, right? We're trying to develop it within ourselves first so that we can outwardly be that to others. So in the chairs, we're going to keep our feet flat on the floor. Back should be straight and up against the back of the chair. Your right hand should be on top of the left, palms facing upwards, comfortably in the lap. And you're going to close your eyes for the full 5 minutes, and you're going to recite your word where? At your location point that you are trying to develop, okay?
Let it go with the flow and not be so swayed by what's going on. Okay, so it's really important. And then the last chant that we do after meditation is all about may all beings be happy. May we all be free from hostility, from anger, right? So once you understand, if you're uncomfortable with the Pali words, once you understand what they mean, that makes sense. That makes sense, right? So we'll go over them many, many times during the class. We'll explain them more. Okay? We're about to begin a flower ceremony. We're going to pay respect to Luang Por. We're going to ask him to be our master teacher.
So basically, it's like what you guys have in your little handout here, the welcome handout, and we're talking about the flower ceremony. So this ceremony has existed since ancient times, and it is the respectful way to thank a teacher of meditation. Meditation students at Willpower Institute may participate in the ceremony, regardless of faith and background. The chant is spoken, as we say, in Pali language, and the offering is made of flowers, incense, and candles. Please join us in making this offering to your new teacher, Luang Por Vidayang Sirintero, this traditional gift of respect and gratitude for becoming a student of these teachings. Now, since we don't have Luang Por in the physical form, we have his image. So this will be our Luang Por tonight. We will be following Gregory again. This will be our Luang Por. This is always Luang Por. This is really him. Gregory will be leading the chant. We follow what he says. And we have a graduate student who has been designated to respond on behalf. He is the delegate who is speaking on behalf of Luang Por, okay, to accept you back. So we have students here. We have 4 students who are going to be placing the offering first, and then they're going to show you where to go. So if you two would come over here. And then we have 2 who are also going to be offering to the Buddha. Gregory, so if everybody could please rise and hold your flowers.
All right, repeat after me 3 times. Namo tassa. Bhagavato. Arahato. Samma. Sambuddhassa.
โอปายิกัง
Satu Pante.
ปฏิรูปัง
Satu Pante.
ปัสสาธิเกนะสัมปาเทหิ
Yep, Satu Pante. Ajata Take Dani. Ajario, Mehang Paro, Ahampi. So just follow the people on the left-hand side. We have a lot of volunteers that will be helping out here to guide you guys. We're just asking the master teacher now to be our
receive
teacher.
you,
So
yeah.
this is a pretty profound part of the celebration.
The sun is shining, shining by the power of hearts. The sun is shining, shining, always shining, always shine with the many.
Did everyone who wanted to, were you able to make an offering? Yes? Has anybody ever done that before? Have you been able to ask for a master teacher? See, a cool place, huh? Hey, that's a really unique experience. And Lampa is very grateful, and he definitely accepts each and every one of you as a student. And what John said on his behalf is, please just try your best. So like Emily said, keep trying to try. Just keep trying to try. So Lampa couldn't be here in person, as we said before, and you know he is in Thailand. But what he did do was he definitely wanted to speak to you. And so he has himself recorded, so he has a recorded message for you guys that we're going to play for you now, because this is what he would like to say. So that was our master teacher, obviously. How did you guys do? Was it, did you understand him? No. So who one of you is going to come up here and explain what exactly he was saying? Me? Okay. I've got some notes anyways that I took. I remember my first time hearing him speak. His accent is obviously fairly strong, and it's a little difficult to understand. And he says, mind power. So he is saying mind power. I always heard my power. And so he would talk about meditating for his power. And I'm like, well, what about my power? I don't understand your power. And then it's, oh, mind. Oh, okay. So, and then he says Jungin for jungle. And when he gets into some of his stories. So there's like a few things. Yeah, for sure. So he is very happy because today is such a special day with it being orientation. He talked about having this center going since 99 until now. That actually he was 79 years old when he started this, and he taught himself English in 6 months. So he taught himself how to speak English so he could come to Canada and start the first course. And then he did. So in 99 in February, he started that. Now there's many instructors across Canada, and now that he has opened here in the U.S., he has asked representatives from Canada to come down and start teaching y'all. So this is why we're here, and we're so fortunate to be here. Okay, he says meditation instructor course. So I don't want you guys to just be thinking that you have to become an instructor with this course. That's not necessarily it. So you may, it's optional. But the end of this course will not give you a certification to be an instructor at that point. What he's referring to is that it will give you all the knowledge and all of the ability to answer questions. You will know so much about the mind and what's happening within your meditation process that you will be able to govern thyself first before you can possibly be an instructor to anybody else. He is definitely inviting you to finish this course. He was definitely putting that one out there a few times. He invites everybody to finish the course. 6 months, not so long. It's not so long. So it's actually 5 months. It was really not that long. And in comparison to what he did, so you're talking like decades of study. He has over 80 years of experience. When you're comparing that and 20 years just in writing the text to us being here for 5 months, not so long. Although when we look at it, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so far away from 5 months from now. But just take it one day at a time. one day at a time, one meditation at a time, one day at a time. Let's see where this goes for you, okay? What does he say? Meditation has very high benefit. It produces mind power, and that only happens one way. What way?